So it's up past 6 in the morning. I'm heading out for a drive with just a small crew of some friends. I've actually been invited on this drive. Funny thing is, we're heading in kind of like the similar direction I went to when I hosted the last run for the Porsche Drivers Australia. And I wasn't going to go, but my mate Brady rings me up, you know, right around dinner time, as he always does on the way home from work. Usually I'll sort of send him a text saying, mate, I'm eating, I'll talk to you later. But this time I took the call. Actually, I think, no, sorry, I'm wrong. He actually rang me dinner time the night before, and I did screen that call because I was having dinner. Then he rang the next morning while I was having my morning coffee with my wife, but I decided to answer the phone. And he talks me into this drive. You know, it's going to be incredible, it's going to be epic, and I know it will, because Brady's drives always are. And to be quite honest, it wasn't the same last time, because I did that run without him coming along, and he's quality company when it comes to driving our Porsches. So I've got the long trek now, north. I have to go far north of the city. I'm going to use probably half a tank of fuel just to get there, but it's going to be all worthwhile, because I know it'll be a good drive. It's only a brekkie run. I'll still be home by lunchtime. But this weather, you know, clear skies in Australia in the early morning, you can't ask for any more. It is just great. And it's a good fitting way to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Porsche GT3. So I'll be more on that later. Anyway, yeah. There's something special about the pre-dawn light. That glow in the air when you leave the house, and you know, it's dark, and within 5 minutes it goes from dark to this. It's just incredible. There's a video online that Andreas Proniger made when the 991 GT3 came out. It's called The Feast for Your Senses, or Feast for the Senses. That video is available on the Porsche website, but if you go on the Porsche YouTube channel, but if you actually just search it, you'll find it. And he talks about the purity of light in the early morning and how the car comes out best. And he's right. I mean, I'm cruising down here on a drive to meet a few of the friends, and there's just something special about this light. Everything looks clearer and brighter, and the car just feels like it knows it's got a big day ahead. I love it. So I'm just cruising to the drive. Nothing like a morning coffee. Oh my goodness. I don't care what they say about 7-Eleven coffees, $1 for this. It tastes great. It's actually proper beans, but anyway. So this is making me feel a little bit more clearer now in the head, and I can sort of talk a bit more about the GT3. 20 years already since the GT3 came out. The 1999 GT3 Series 1. The daddy of all the GT3s. What a classic car that is. And they're going up in value. I had a look today on my local car sales app here in Australia to see if there's any available. There's not one on the market. There's some Series 2 996 GT3s, but there's not one 99 Series 1. Why is that? Well, people are starting to hold on to them, and for good reason. There wasn't many of them made. You know, they were tarred with the 996 brush, and I actually don't mean that in a bad way, but actually in a positive way. A lot of people thought that the 996 was not a good car, and so the prices on the 996 GT3s were fairly low for a long period of time. I never thought that was fair. I mean, for starters, it doesn't have the same engine. But notwithstanding that, the 996 itself is the quintessential modern 911. It's got a great driving position. It's got a great look. It has great steering, brakes, and yes, I know that there's been a few problems with the engines, but generally they're still very reliable, and they make a great sound and make some good power. It punches well above its weight. I would love to own a manual 996 C2. But I haven't got the room, or the money for that matter. So, you know, the 996s are now going up in value, and for good reason. And then there's the 997, and then there's the 991, and now we're waiting on the 992. You know, if you own a GT3 in any guise, whether it's a GT3 or a GT3 RS, you're a very lucky person, because these cars are, you know, especially this one here, it feels like a road car. It feels like, at the moment, I'm, you know, I just had the music on, a bit of classical music early in the morning. I'm comfortable, but this thing can do 300 kilometers per hour on the track, or on the autobahn, which is incredible. So, you know, happy birthday to the GT3, to all you people out there that own GT3s. Congratulations. Hold on to them as long as you can. Love them and cherish them. And if you've got a Series 1996, don't let it go. It's going to go up in value, I reckon, in the next 10 years, given the exclusivity of those cars, and also the provenance of the fact that it's the very first ever GT3. I think they'll double in value. So, you know, long live the GT3, and I feel humbled and honoured that I actually have one. If you ever wanted to see the shape of the 911 in its purity, look no further than a 997. Look at this beautiful 997 Gen 2 Carrera S. Look at the shape of this car. Look at the hips. Look at the way the mirrors protrude out the side, over the top of the hips. There he goes. Okay, he knows. He might have known I was filming. What else could you want in a car? It is absolutely beautiful. White is the perfect colour. This particular one's got some, I think, 15 or 20 mil spaces on the back and 5 on the front, which increases the turn-in. There he goes. Nice. Which increases the turning capabilities, dialing out a bit of understeer, and it also gives a bit of grip on the back. And I've had a 997 with the same spaces at Series 1. This is the Gen 2. And I felt immediately that the car turned in better than any other 911 I've had to date. So, but just, I'm actually behind this car for one reason, just to look at it, because it is gorgeous. I would own this car in a heartbeat, I can tell you right now. It's got everything you need. It's got Bluetooth, it's got sat-nav, it's got the hydraulic steering, it's got the direct injection engine, manual 6-speed gearbox. Oh my goodness, what a car. These cars are just beautiful, aren't they? And that's why we love them.
Now who's to die?